country, the #1 ERA Tennessee has.
Erin Newer, a sophomore from East Aurora, New York. Her ERA down 1.5. Opponent average down 100 points. The free passes are down. Everything trending in the right direction.
Well, she throws so many different speeds, and that's really the key for her. Look at that, just 19 walks on the year, and Erin Newer is surgical. She puts the ball in the lower half of the zone. She's going to throw those pitches about 68 miles an hour. How about a changeup in the mid-50s and the low rise ball at about 60 miles an hour? So it's 3 different speeds. She's hard to barrel up, and because of that drop ball with that good velocity, you're going to look for something low in the zone, but you've got to be careful not to let that floaty rise ball chase you up in the zone at about 60 miles an hour.
Alabama hungry after last night's disappointing performance. Just one hit. It came with an out in the 7th inning. It's been a big transfer team as far as who's helped this offense improve. Brooke Wells has done the most. 20 home runs, 56 RBIs. They only have 2 transfers, but they've been extremely impactful. Alexis Papillo leads things off in the DP role. She's 0 for 5 in the series with a walk and a hit by pitch. She was a big transfer last year from Northern Iowa, spent 2 years there, and really a great story of hard work and kind of perseverance at that next tier of college softball and excelling in year 2 at Alabama.
Well, she came into this year and was just mindset of, hey, I'm going to get in better shape. And she did that, hit the gym, lost some weight, and just is stronger. She's faster, spent more time in the batting cages.
Moved up to the leadoff spot. Many thought Audrey Vandegrift would be the automatic for the next 3 years after the freshman season she put together, but Vandegrift down in the 6th hole. Papillo leading things off. Off to a good start and a 3-1 count against Newer. There is a leadoff walk for Papillo.
Well, that's big for Papillo because she's in a hitter's count at 3-1, but she doesn't chase down. Alabama team has been so disciplined this year.
Here is Brooke Wells. Something about that last name in college softball this year. She is having an excellent second season. Spent her first year at Houston, but is even better in year 2. Now working under Patrick Murphy and company.
20 home runs on the year, and that's the reason she's going to see that first pitch float in at about 54 miles an hour. Had that solo shot, setting the tone.
Couple walks. And
Weekly said first, that is their 15th double play of the year, and you know Karen Weekly's excited about that.
Wearing the mic tonight on Mic'd Up Monday. Newer misses down and away to Jenna Young, the second baseman, who has a double and a couple free passes in the series so far. Young had to work her way kind of back into this lineup after some struggles. But really got after it with one of their hitting coaches, Adam Arbor. Worked on her mechanics a little bit and earned her way back into this lineup, and not just into it, but into the 3 spot. And Newer pauses for a moment, thought that was strike 1. Instead, she's behind 3-0. This is the best ERA in the country for Tennessee's staff, right ahead of Alabama, who is second. They are also top 2 in hits allowed per 7, which has been on full display in this series so far.
Alabama showing that discipline. Second walk already in this inning, getting up by Newer. 197 now on the year for Alabama. But look at that whip. And typically you have a low whip, it's because you're not walking people. So a little bit of a conversation from Morrison, her freshman catcher.
And you said it, only 19 walks on the year for Newer and 2 already in the first inning. Something to keep an eye on for the Tennessee starter. There's going to be a visit here between Megan Rhodes-Smith and Erin Newer. Second time Newer's had a visit from somebody in the inning.
I'm sure it's a little bit of nerves. It's a big mic'd up Monday, and it's a rubber match game against one of your biggest foes.
You remember your first rivalry game in college?
Oh, yeah. You never forget those.
And how did it go?
We beat Oklahoma. I went to Oklahoma State, so you know. It was always a battle when the Sooners and the Cowgirls got together.
Week we also wanted a quick visit. This is what Newer did on Saturday. 1 2/3 in relief, 3 hits, 3 earned. Kind of a shocking performance from Tennessee as a staff.
Yeah, as a staff, they got hit around more than I guess we're used to, especially for the #1 ERA in the country.
Strike one from Newer.
But that's just credit to Alabama. Patrick Murphy told us that they were going to spend a lot of time getting ready for each of the 3 different pitchers.
A little different with the pitching machines nowadays, dialing them right into what all these pitchers can do.
Yeah, absolutely. He talked about just getting ready and hitting off the machines and then going to the classroom, looking at the way they were going to be pitched, or hitters similar to yourself, and so that when Erin Newer is in the circle, you know what you're looking for. When Pickens is in the circle, you know what you're diving into.
Giles out in front, 2-2 count. Newer can end it right here and send the Tennessee bats to the dish. Both hits for Giles in the series have come with runners on base. In the air and tailing toward foul territory. A running grab out there for Leach to end the inning. Newer off to a good start for Tennessee. To the dish against Jocelyn Briski. Gabby Leach moves up in the lineup. Alana Leach moves down. Sophia Knight out of the leadoff spot as well. So plenty of changes here as the Leach sisters continue their home run battle a little bit. Alana has 11. Gabby has 10 on the season. Tough task. Jocelyn Briski, the junior from Phoenix, Arizona, she had their number in game 1 of this series. 5 innings, 2 hits, and 6 Ks.
Yeah, Briski, look at that. Just 14 walks on the year. To 147 strikeouts. She has really propelled herself into one of the aces. One of the possible talk of SEC Pitcher of the Year.
She was mad about that walk, too,
yeah,
in game 1 of this series. Was not happy that she gave up a free pass. That's one of the most impressive things that Jocelyn Briski has done in year 3. The 14 walks after she had 78 last year in 166 innings pitched. Patrick Murphy has praised the mental side of her game as well as what the numbers show. She faces Ella Dodge to start things off, the second baseman for Tennessee.
One of the things that Briski's really worked on is just being able to be around the zone, competitive pitches. Almost 97% of her pitches are competitive, meaning they're within a couple of inches with the strike zone. They're not so far out of the zone that the hitters aren't just completely watching them.
Head 1-2 to Dodge. Just misses inside. It's one of those competitive misses you were talking about.
Exactly. And the reason that's important is because now you're really making that hitter think about the pitch, really having to track it.
Foul back. What's the challenge there for a pitcher to learn that skill of a competitive miss versus just trying to be in the zone, trying to throw strikes, and then when you are ahead in the count, not missing too big?
I think understanding the situation, understanding when you're ahead and wanting to throw a ball versus when you're behind and you need to throw a strike.
Got her. Strikeout number 1 for Briski.
Well, this is what Jocelyn Briski did in 8 pitches in that complete game 1, and then coming back underneath the hands of Ella Dodge, picking up the first strikeout of the game. Just really good late sharp break.
Picked up right where she left off. If she didn't have a different jersey on, you thought it was part of the same highlight reel.
Absolutely. Just the 80 pitches, just so efficient. You know, she pitches so well from she's ahead, and she understands her batting average against when she's ahead versus behind, and just how important that is.
Her ERA is down 1.5 runs. Her strikeouts are way up, which is something that Alabama has always had in the circle. It's a big strikeout pitcher. And there's strike one to Emma Clark, the first baseman. Clark, a sophomore from Cleveland, North Carolina, 1 for 4 with a home run in the series. One of those 2 solo shots in yesterday's 2-0 victory.
How about that? Back-to-back change-ups after showing Dodge nothing but hard down, rise ball. She says to Emma Clark, well, I'm gonna keep you in the park and give you a couple of off speeds to deal with first.
I love back-to-back.
Absolutely.
0-2 fouled off. You talked about it, what she does when she's ahead, just absolutely dominates hitters.
And that's why she knows she needs to come out early in that count and hammer the zone, because when she does get behind, look at the elevation, over 350 batting average again. Come upstairs with the rise ball. Briski just showing the masterful movement that she has.
That one's got to feel good, right?
Oh, always does. As long as you're in the pitching circle.
That's right. Taylin Holly jumping up in the order as well. She's the only Tennessee player in the series that has more than 1 hit. She has 2 of them, but not here. 1, 2, 3 for Briski. Very impressive weekend in Knoxville for her. Top 10 all-time in wins. 3rd among active coaches with Joe Evans and Patty Gasso. There's out number 1 for Newer. And they've been so close.
Oh, so close.
And again, another team with this pitching staff that you feel can beat anybody on the right day.
I think the big story for them is, putting runs up on the board. They've got a good defense behind that 3-headed monster of a pitching staff that is just so efficient in the circle as well.
Hard hit ball off Newer, and we've got our first hit.
Hitters know pitchers are trying to work from ahead, and when you have this caliber of pitching in the circle, you've got to be able to jump on a pitch early, and this one just trying to get underneath the hands, doesn't get there. Roman's able to punch it out onto the green. Good job of just staying in her legs.
Back-to-back first pitch swinging for Alabama here in this second frame. 1 out and 1 on. Ambry Taylor. Couple impact transfers for Patrick Murphy this year, but also a talented freshman class that has really helped elevate this team. Out in front of that, falls behind 0-2. Taylor's first career at bat was a pinch hit home run in the season opener. She had back-to-back pinch hit home runs this year, which was the first time in Alabama history, and they've had some pretty notable pinch hit home runs, but she was so good in that role, she has worked her way in to this starting lineup.
And a good job laying off that pitch low in the dirt. Love that Roman identifies it down, sees it get past Morrison, and is able to advance to second. Call that a pass ball.
1-2, hard hit ground ball, smothered over there by Dodge. 2 outs. Runner 60 feet from home. Now Salyn Hawkins is having a good year offensively, career best. 1 year at Mississippi State to start her career, 2nd year here at Alabama. She's also had really good improvement defensively. Her fielding percentage is up 15% this year, which is a big reason why this defense as a whole is a lot better.
Yeah, just good movement, good first steps, all that stuff that it takes to be a high caliber shortstop in the SEC.
Inside on the 0-1. this could be a little bit of a reminder for what is widely a young Tennessee team of how good they can be. We saw the start they got off to this year, 26-0. They climbed all the way to #1 in the country, and that wasn't an easy 26-0 either. There were wins in there over Oregon, Nebraska, UCLA, and Florida State, all in the span of about 3 days in Clearwater.
Yeah, a lot of challenges early on, and there it is. That's the start you're talking about, 26-0, #1. SDRA in Division I. I think really when they've got in the SEC play, the batting average has started to drop a little bit. The pitching has still been good. Defense still good behind, but it's like every other team in the SEC. You've got elite arms in the circle. You got to figure out ways to put runs up on the board, situational hitting, all those things that matter when the game is on the line.
Karen Weekly said that 26-0 start maybe a bit unrealistic. Said she thought they were a really good team, but to go that long without a loss and the schedule they played, a little unrealistic. Maybe gave them a sense of, maybe a false sense of giddy security is how she put it. That #8 right there in the RPI, and there's other metrics and things that go into the seeding, but can you buy yourself 2 weekends here and not just one?
Yeah, and as you were mentioning to the SOS, that's strength of schedule. They play one of the best in the country, so they were challenged before the SEC. You know you're always going to be challenged in SEC play.
It's a great battle here from Salyn Hawkins against Newer to try and plate this first run of the game.
Yeah, really adjusting to all 3 different speeds that Newer is throwing at her. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Hawkins continuing to foul pitches off.
2-2 inside, and Hawkins will take first.
Boy, another free pass. 3rd of the game already. And if you really circle stuff in this series, Chucky, for this Tennessee pitching staff, it's been the free passes. So the 3 this game to the 15 in the first 2 games, that's 18 free passes. So that's walks, hit batters, and errors that Tennessee has allowed Alabama on base.
Uncharacteristic. All these pitchers, for the most part, Sage Margetko, that was something in the past for her that had somewhat been an issue. She has completely erased that problem this year. Newer, as we've mentioned, has just had no problems with walks or free passes. 0-1. White swings through it. Big chance here to get out of this inning.
It's a great job recovery coming back for Aaron Newer after hitting Hawkins on the 7th pitch of that at-bat. A big battle to come out and jump ahead 0-2 to White in the 9-hole. This is a big, big opportunity.
White just stays alive. Kristen White, the only 2-out hit in this series for Alabama. Tonight is her 188th career game, her 133rd career start for the Crimson Tide. Oh-2, chopper.
Well, Karen Weekly says that you've got to have
this. They didn't lose a game until Game 2 against Arkansas. Won Game 3 and haven't lost an SEC series this year.
Exactly, looking to finish up series number 7. It's been an impressive run for the Tide.
Second inning of work for Briski, misses low to Gabby Leach. What the mental aspect of getting through SEC play without losing a series? I mean, as a player going through it, you've been there in kind of the grind of the season. How difficult is that to keep that focus as a group too?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's definitely the mentality of being excited for every single game, the competition, just knowing the challenge that you're undertaking, and then as a group. And this is a team that's highly motivated. They've won a national championship in this program.
Oh, Briski, wild throw. Still able to get the out.
Briski Sometimes it's these easy plays, the comebackers, where you think you've got plenty of time and you just airmail it off, and that's exactly what happens. But I love that Brooke Wells comes off the bag. She knows she's got to make the catch. She's got to go get the ball, and then she's going to make the tag. Good job by Wells. We talk about her bat, but her ability to play first base has truly helped the Tide as well.
Helps avoid an error here to start this second inning. Well, makes way for the catcher, Elsa Morrison, at the plate, who's 0 for 5 in the series. Off the handle and out of play. Briski living ahead in another 0-2 count. Elsa Morrison, freshman from right here in Knoxville, former Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year. Swings and misses, and squeezed behind the plate by Marley Giles.
Briski, just a drop ball that explodes down into the dirt. Look at the movement on this pitch. So she starts it at the knee, and it's just going to drop down. How about 10 inches of vertical break downward at 71 miles an hour? Third strikeout of the game for Briski.
In her last 34 1/3, Jocelyn Briski has given up, or her ERA, is under .8. That is a lot of SEC bats that she has fought through to get to this point, including this Tennessee lineup in Game 1. And in those 34-plus innings, just 4 walks.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of putting the ball around the plate, and the swing percent.
Karlyn Pickens, the senior, the back-to-back SEC Pitcher of the Year, got beat up a little bit in Game 1, so time for a little revenge.
Well, when you talk about hitters that shake when they get in the box, it's usually when she's in the circle. Pickens, with all that velocity, ability to move the ball around. It's going to be at 75 miles an hour or higher, but how about a changeup that drops down into the low 60s, a rise ball at the top of the zone, explosive up near 70 miles an hour. Karlyn Pickens, fastest pitch ever clocked last year against Nebraska in the Super Regionals, and yeah, she just throws with great velocity, but also has a really good mix, and that's one of the keys. So she's going to hammer the lower zone with a good drop ball with about 10 inches of vertical break downward. She also will use a fastball that's a little bit more bullet spin, but it's the rise ball at the top of the zone and the changeup. She needs to keep that changeup around 63 miles an hour to be effective, to create that separation and velocity between her hard stuff and her changeup.
11th relief appearance of the season, just under 30 innings in relief, and a 1.43 ERA. That was a change of speed.
Still coming in hard in the mid-60s. A lot of pitchers wish they threw their hard stuff. How about the setup pitch for a changeup? So this is what Karlyn Pickens does so well. It's just enough change and velocity. That's going to be in the mid-60s. And then she's going to ramp it up underneath the hands at 77 miles an hour. She's got some vertical and horizontal break on that. Multi-dimensional. It's Karlyn Pickens showing why she is one of the best in the game.
Missed 12 days with a right arm strain that she suffered back in early March against Belmont. This is back.
Drive it right back up the middle.
Wells on first with 1 out for Jenna Young, who walked her first trip up way out in front of that pitch for strike 1. And there's the heat at 78 miles an hour.
Well, you can tell now Karlyn is amped up, coming into this game. It's a rubber match, trying to prove something. Roughed up a little bit in Game 1, as you mentioned.
Got her swinging.
And that's the key. You can tell when she is amped up, and she has to be careful on her hard stuff not to throw through her spins. That's why we're seeing her use this off-speed so effectively. Look at the change of speed on that. This is still coming in hard at the high 60s. It's just not 78 miles an hour. It's 68 miles an hour. Also some good downward drop on it. Second strikeout for Karlyn here in this relief appearance. Top
15 in strikeout rate in Division I softball. She gets set to face Marley Giles, who flew out to right field her first trip to the plate. How did you settle yourself down in these types of moments, big atmospheres?
And it can be tough, you know, especially when you're throwing through your spins. That means you're not going to get quite the movement. The velocity obviously is there, but usually when the velocity is there and you don't have the movement, the ball's a little straighter, it's easier to barrel up. I like the fact that they're continuing to use that changeup, the off-speed pitch. It's going to be important for her, but there's times you just got to take those deep breaths, focus on the glove, and hammer it.
Behind for the first time, 2-0 here to Giles. There's strike one.
And that pitch there, you could see the way it kind of floated, leaked back into the zone. That's where Karlyn has to be careful. Her hip gets a little early. She's trying to throw to the glove side or the outside corner to the righty. That hip gets a little early. It floats back over the plate. It's a nice recovery, nice pitch on the outer half. Change of speed at 68 miles an hour.
It really is absurd. Change of speed at 68. 2-2 fouled off.
It's a good job by Giles to make sure she barrels that ball up, get rid of it.
Patrick Murphy said it's like Marley Giles just decided this is her senior year and it's going to be her best year. And that's exactly what it's been for her. A career year at the plate, best average by over 100 points, and then career best in numerous other offensive categories.
On an 18-game on-base streak.
Just fought off that 2-2 pitch. Great leader for this team as well. Senior from Clanton, Alabama. It's right in the middle of the state, about an hour and 20 minutes from Tuscaloosa. Eighth pitch coming. Inside ball three.
It's a really good job laying off that off-speed pitch. Full count. Batting average against. Minuscule.
Ground ball, chance to get out of it. Fall from short. Pickens in the game, another 0, and Tennessee coming to the dish. Ups, and he will be in College Station.
It's going to be interesting. It usually always comes down to the last weekend of the SEC play to see what's going on in those big series.
All of these teams with national aspirations, but and what a moment to kind of take it and let it settle in that you've conquered the nation's best conference. Tennessee did it back-to-back just a few years ago. 0-2 count here to their usual leadoff hitter, Sophia Knight, who is just now in her 4th game back from illness. Missed almost 3 weeks this month, and that was a big hiccup for this offense. Karen Weekly said everybody kind of slumped at the same time. Sophia Knight, did she go? She did not.
That looked like she went around. I thought it was a strike. Oh, yeah. Looked like she broke the plane of the front part of the plate, but she lives for another pitch.
Into left field. That'll hang up in the air for Vandegrift. 7 up, 7 down for Briski.
Well, I love that for Briski. Just takes it in stride, throws another good strike, induces the fly ball.
Jocelyn Briski not unfamiliar with Sherry Parker Lee Stadium, where she had a great freshman postseason. Alabama came in here in 2024 and upset Tennessee. Briski threw 11 2/3 in that series and just 3 earned runs. She pitched in every game. That year it was her and Kayla Beaver. This is the first year for Patrick Murphy in the last 3 that he didn't lose his ace. He lost Montana Fouts after the 23 season. Lost Kayla Beaver after 24, and then this year Briski returns. and gives him something to build around, which they did with Vic Moten and company.
Absolutely. So a couple of good young freshman pitchers come in for Alabama. I think the other thing, too, is that last year was the first year that everyone was preparing for Briski. They weren't preparing for Kayla Beaver. It was all on her shoulders, and I think she realized, hey, I need to be better. I need to be in better shape. I need to work harder. I need to get stronger, and I need to have different looks developed to throw in any count. And she's done that. I mean, she has been on point and surgical. There's a good look at Vic Moten, who was really good in the circle yesterday. A couple of misses, but this is a good pitching staff as well. We talk a lot about Tennessee's pitching staff, but Alabama right there, one of the best in the country as well.
It's hard to believe that just a couple months ago, everyone was saying, Alabama's got a pretty good freshman. Her name's Vic Moten. I think she might be all right with Briski leading the charge. Moten 16-4, a 1.72 ERA, a finalist for the Division I Freshman of the Year. And you said it, Briski, just a ton of improvement from her sophomore season to her junior season. That ERA down over a run and a half. Strikeout to walk ratio, though, wow.
Wow, blown out of the water. Look at that. So 10 strikeouts to every walk she gives up this year. And that's been the difference. As a pitcher, when you are making your opponent earn their way on base, keeping the ball in the yard, of course, but making them go station to station, earn their way on base, you're not giving up the free passes, it is much more difficult to score. And that's really, in a nutshell, what Briski has done so well this year. Just 14 walks. She's limited the free passes.
Another strikeout for Briski. She is rolling right now. That's number 4.
Well, and look at the movement on this pitch. When we show this replay, you're going to see it cut in and down underneath the hand. So that's moving on multiple planes. So it's got horizontal break as well as vertical break downward. And when you're moving on multiple planes at 72 miles an hour, it's hard to catch up with it. 4 strikeouts.
In the air and playable for Vandegrift. Jocelyn Briski picking up right where she left off. 9 up, 9 down for the Alabama star.
Every pitch she's landing. You know, she's landing her fast stuff. The changeups have been phenomenal. She's keeping them off balance, and she's smiling out there. And when Karlyn's smiling and playing with great energy, you know she's in a good place. And how about this crowd?
Awesome.
Monday night. You don't see crowds like this, but this is the way ball fans show up.
We love it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Coach. Yeah, and when Karlyn Pickens is in the circle, 70s, and then the changeup in the mid-60s, she's out there enjoying her day, smiling. About 600 innings pitched, that record ERA, just one of the best in the business. 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year. He's really carried this program over the last couple years.
It's just been so interesting to watch the evolution. She came in part of a 3-headed monster in 2023 behind Ashley Rogers and Peyton Gottschall. And then this is year 3 as the ace for Karlyn Pickens. So you talked about Jocelyn Briski last year. They were just starting to prepare for her. This is year 3 of Karlyn Pickens getting everybody's best shot, and everyone knows her name.
Yeah, she's the first one that you circle, that you prepare for when you know you've got Tennessee the week coming up. You crank up those pitching machines.
A lot of great ones to wear this jersey, a lot of great ones to step in to the circle at Tennessee, and Karlyn Pickens is right up there with all of them.
Monica Abbott, probably the first big pitcher that came in. There's her jersey right on cue. And we had the Renfro sisters that were outstanding in the circle.
There are records that number 7 set that will never be touched as Pickens gets the ground out. When you look at last year's team, they were so close to winning the Women's College World Series opener against Oklahoma. They lost on a 3-run home run, a walk-off. They responded to beat Florida and UCLA and then got eliminated by Texas 2-0. I mean, that was a team that was right there, just moments away from changing the entire landscape of last year's outcome.
It's always razor-thin line between success and going home without the trophy at the Women's College World Series.
Strike one from Pickens. Anna Roman at the plate, singled and was the closest of anyone to score in this game, stranded on third base. Takes ball two. Pretty much a consensus top 15 recruit in this year's class was Anna Roman, and she did go around that time. A lot of international ball on her resume with Puerto Rico's under-18 team, and Pickens freezes her on the outside corner.
Well, there's that big smile that Coach Weekly talked about. So check swing underneath the hands and then goes to the outer half. And this is a great location of this pitch. 68 miles an hour, so it's a little bit more off speed. And you can see it just freezes Roman, who's looking hard, looking for velocity. Third strikeout for Pickens.
It's changed speed so effectively since entering this game. As you see Ambry Taylor way out in front of that first pitch. Plenty of different faces defensively behind Pickens. They lost 5 50-game starters from their 47-win team a year ago. Just have to think, when she shows that emotion in the circle, for a young, energetic team behind her, it has to do a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to see. She's hammering the zone. That's important for the defense as well, because you're not up and down, and you're ready to go on every pitch. Well, and that's unfortunate for the outfield because Leach is camped underneath this. Sophia Knight's coming over, but this is where you've got to continue to use your arms. Typically, you will say that the center fielder is in control and Cole's off the left or the right fielders. And I know Coach Weekly is probably, wondering that that's a communication error that cannot happen. And a good job by Taylor to continue to run that out and end up on second base.
Going to go down as an error on the center fielder, Sophia Knight. Will it cost Tennessee in a game that you would imagine it might only take one or two to do it?
Well, again, we talked earlier, it's been the free passes. Since Karlyn's come in, they've mostly been eliminated until that error. We're now looking at 19 free passes between walks, hit batters, and errors. Just separation throughout the strike zone. But the mix of speeds has been outstanding too. But there it is. No walks, 4 strikeouts. And how about setting Tennessee down in 3 consecutive innings here to start this rubber match game?
There is a calm intensity about her in the circle.
Second time through the lineup. See if Tennessee can make some adjustments.
If you were Karen Weekly trying to get this offense just to rattle Jocelyn Briski a little bit, what would you want to see them doing in the box?
Well, I think you have to make a decision on what you want to attack. If you're looking low in the zone, if you're looking up in the zone, and then place yourself in the box accordingly. You don't really want to be back in the box hunting a pitch low in the zone, because by the time it gets to you, it's got 10 inches of vertical break downward. So you've got to move up if you're hunting low. You can move back if you're hunting high. So there's just different little adjustments you have to make.
This is a fair ball, and it's going to put Ella Dodge on second base. So a couple awkward defensive plays, one by each team this last inning.
Well, this looks like this ball's going to be easily caught by Grandevik. Hawkins, though, at Vandergriff, obviously here's it. Got a big crowd here on a Monday night. They're trying to talk, but the collision ensues. The opportunity to be the leadoff gets to second base.
Briski bounces back with strike one to Emma Clark. Alabama could not make Tennessee pay for their defensive miscue, but this is a different situation for the Lady Vols with nobody out.
Yeah, that's really the key. A defensive out with a defensive error with 2 outs versus no outs, profoundly different.
Emma Clark calls time after falling behind in the count 0-2. That last error is going to go against Vandegrift.
Well, and you have to remember, Vandegrift has played the majority of her career in center field or right field, not quite as much in left field. Yeah, you're on a field that's not your home field, the crowd is noisy. There's a lot of different things that come into that play.
First runner in scoring position for Tennessee tonight. First runner in general.
And this is where it's a particular situation. Hawkins is going back hard because she knows that Vandegrift is playing deep. Ella Dodge has home run power. And that's where it's even more important to really continue to talk through that play, communicate. And sometimes stuff like this happens, and now it's all about rebounding.
One-two count. Briski could really help him with a strikeout. Just missing 2-2.
Pitch just a little bit high, 56-mile-an-hour changeup. Good job by Clark to lay off of it. That's the key, situational hitting. The adjustment, Chucky, we were talking about, you've got to know what you're attacking and what you're hunting, and Clark does this. How about battling back from 0-2? Pitch on the Vandegrift is going to allow Clark to score 2 runs up on the board here for the Vols in this 4th inning.
This place is rocking on a Monday night in Knoxville. Tennessee is 29-1 when they score first.
Rocking on Rocky Top.
You know that song by heart now, don't you? Visit with Briski to try and settle her down, and now Gabby Leach steps to the plate, moved up in the order tonight after a solo shot yesterday. Career year for Gabby to this point, 10 home runs, 34 RBIs. Hard hit and just foul. It's a whole new team right now, this lineup. I mean, even that ball that's foul is still barreled up.
Absolutely. Second time through the lineup here. This is a very different Tennessee team. Briski retires the side in order in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. This 4th inning, the Vols making great adjustments. And that's one of the keys. So Briski's starting to go upstairs with the rise ball. You can tell that Tennessee is hunting downstairs.
Leach takes that strike on the outside corner, 2-2. It's away from Briski. This inning started with the air out in left field with Hawkins and Vandegrift coming together. We're already in the bottom of the 4th. You got 3 more opportunities, and you're going to get it off arguably the best pitcher in the country in Karlyn Pickens. Leach just tipped that ball. Foul ball for Gabby Leach. Of course, her twin sister Alana, they're in the corner outfield spots tonight. There's another one in the dugout, Aubrey Leach, who is still playing in the AUSL and has her eyes set on the 28 Olympic team. Probably has a pretty good chance at it. And there was a 4th sister, Kelsey, who also played 1 year at Tennessee, her final collegiate season. It's been a good tradition. If Karen Weekly's on the recruiting trail and she sees a Leach,
that's right,
you're getting an offer.
Great softball family. Just see the changes this year as well. They're just having career seasons.
That at bat right there shows you the type of progress Gabby Leach has had this year. Fantastic at bat to make it first and second with nobody out.
That was a great battle, really pushing Briski, fouling off a lot of pitches at 3 and 2.
First pitch inside as Elsa Morrison squared to bunt. This kind of fits the Tennessee mold and how Karen Weekly views the offense. She says, look, we don't rely on 1 or 2 bats. This is a lineup that they feel like anybody can come through at any time, and here we are just seeing that pass the bat mentality. Not necessarily a big swing, but a lot of good ones this inning.
Well, and ironically, yesterday it was the home run ball that led to their win. 61 home runs on the year, but this is more of a station-to-station type of an offense. At one point they were hitting 340 on the year. That batting average as a team has now dipped below 300, but a lot of times, Chucky, really comes down to situational hitting. They capitalize air defensively for Alabama. What do they do? Next hitter up, Clark bashes a double to the wall. And so you have to be opportunistic, and when you're opportunistic, you typically win ball games.
1-0 count. Morrison, first bunt of the season for her. Job done.
That's a great bunt. Big situation. Karen Weekly knows runs are a premium. You got to put them up on the board. This is also an Alabama team that came out and hit Karlyn Pickens hard in game 1.
First pitch ball to Alana Leach. It has been a breakout season for her. Hit 244 last year, enters tonight with a .330 average, 11 home runs. That is just foul, almost exactly like Gabby's down that line. In 99 at-bats in Alana's first 2 years at Tennessee, did not hit a home run. 11 of them this year.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, staying in her legs a little bit more, letting that ball travel. And the gravity of getting Taylon Holly, the DP, over to third. Opportunity to get more runs up on the board. And just a harder situation for the pitcher and defense to have to pitch around to keep a run off on the board. Leach with a big RBI on that sac fly.
And that play right there, just the sacrifice bunt into the sac fly, could very well be what carries Tennessee at the end of this season. And like you said, Karen Weekly knows it doesn't take much with our pitching staff. Every run is so important. 1-1. This is Sophia Knight. Would love to see her get going again for an excellent start to the season. Really the tone setter. Came over from Boise State, one of 2 big-time Boise State transfers. Mackenzie Butt, the other one. Knight falls behind 1-2. She had 103 hits last year. That led the nation. First player since 2002 with 100 hits in the regular season. Briski had on this field and wearing that jersey, back-to-back SEC Pitcher of the Year and first team All-American. And then you got to go out and face this Alabama team. That's a tough day when you're having some of the emotions come back.
Absolutely. It's an emotional day for you. All the time and energy that you spend helping build the program, and you got to go out and face one of the best offenses in the country.
Is it hard not to reflect when you got to that senior season and the time started winding down? Is it hard to keep that focus and think, man, it's almost over?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people talk about senioritis, and I don't think it's that you're ready to leave. It's that you're ready not to leave. You just have enjoyed your time so much. Everybody's in a different spot, but a lot of times for pitchers, especially with the career that Karlyn Pickens has had. You can't say enough about everything that she's poured into this program.
It's right swinging through that pitch to jump ahead 1-2. Came in as the Gatorade Softball Player of the Year in North Carolina, top 5 recruit, 3-sport star in high school as White goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Pickens.
She is dealing today, and the key today versus game 1 is the movement. This pitch is low in the zone, but she's still inducing the swing and miss. That ball is back to having that vertical break downward of 7 to 10 inches. And she's enjoying herself. Coach Weekly mentioned it. She's out there smiling, and you can tell Karlyn is passionate about being in that circle, and when she's enjoying herself, that's usually when you get your best version of Karlyn Pickens.
Just wonder if in the next 5 to 10 years you won't see the real impact of Karlyn Pickens with that kind of somewhat iconic setup with the legs spread.
Yeah, just the length of her makes her an outstanding pitcher.
Slow roller on the first baseline. Collected and stepped on the base. 2 outs. I think it would be intimidating as a hitter to see her almost like a runner's stance, kind of ready to come at you.
Yeah, you have to be on point and ready, knowing what you're looking for against a pitcher like Karlyn Pickens with all that velocity coming at, but also the mix of speeds.
Brooke Wells in the 2 spot has the lone hit off of Pickens since she entered in the beginning of the 3rd. There is strike 1. Five strikeouts so far, the most in her last 5 appearances. This is floated foul down the left field line.
There's been some, I think, curiosity if Karlyn was back and healthy, and she was out for a little bit earlier this year, and it's been a little bit of a struggle since she's been back, but sometimes it's that mentality of getting back, getting comfortable, understanding that what you need, you just have to look at it with your eyes. It tells your brain tells your body what to do. It's just such a good job of making sure her kids are communicating, playing with their eyes, great body language and eye contact, and of course, breathe.
That is exactly what she told us in her mid-game interview as well, and she is loving what she's seen from her team so far. As a pinch hitter here, Savia Morgan, the sophomore from Columbia, Tennessee, who was a regular starter last year, filled in nicely for Sophia Knight during her injury. Here's the speedster on the move. Quick throw from Hawkins at short, 1 out. It is beautiful in Knoxville tonight. 74 degrees, light breeze, packed house at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. Final regular season game for Tennessee in this building. They sit at 8th in the RPI, so very likely they will host a regional. The question is, can they pick up a few late statement wins? This would be one of them to secure a top 8 seed and be back here for Supers as well. Another pinch hitter as Mackenzie Butt takes strike 1, sophomore from Garden Grove, California, the other Boise State transfer. Karen Weekly collected back-to-back Mountain West Freshman of the Year from Boise State.
Now back to your point about, this is the time of the year where these statement wins make a big difference when it comes to being on that bubble. 8 RPI is definitely on that super regional bubble. Opportunity to try to play at home 2 weekends in a row in the postseason is huge.
And arguably even more benefit with the new seeding of 1 through 32. Instead of just the traditional 1 through 16 being seeded. So the 1 seed, they will be put into buckets with 4 teams in each. So 1 through 4 will get matched up with 29 through 32. Basically rewarding you even further for exceptional play. But draws a walk, something she did more than anybody in Boise State history a year ago.
And that's big. Mackenzie Butt hitting for Bella Fall on the 9 hole, so it's going to roll it over, bring up Ella Dodge, who started the chaos of the 4th inning.
On maybe the worst hit ball of that inning, but it got everything started in the right direction.
It started the unraveling. And sometimes that's all it takes. Let's say who's going to make the first mistake.
Fouled straight back. I love that you had that. Like everybody I ask in the booth, that no, I'm not touching that, but you were ready. I appreciate that. I have full faith that you'll protect me up here.
Yep. Anything comes my way, I'm going to catch it.
Strike 2. Briski jumps ahead. She was rolling through 3 innings. Retired the first 9 batters, and really probably should have been the first 10 on that pop fly to shallow left. Ground ball right side, and it's dropped, but it's actually going to be a foul ball. Look down, and Dodge wasn't out of the box yet, but it hit her on the foot.
You can see this pitch. You see this a lot on drop balls. It's going to go down and off the foot leg of Ella Dodge.
Got her swinging. Out number 2 for Briski.
Briski has been so strong at the lower half of the zone, but starting to use that rise ball a little more effectively. So after working underneath the hands with the drop that fouled off the foot, she goes upstairs and gets Dodge to strike herself out on a pitch out of the zone. 6th strikeout for Dodge.
2 outs, quick visit here with the Alabama pitching coach, Lance McMahon. Group that's worked a lot on their spin, not just Briski, but as a unit. See Karlyn Pickens right in the mix. This young Tennessee team said it was her senior day on Saturday. Just 3 seniors on this roster. Look at Briski's numbers so far: 4 2/3, 2 hits, and just 1 of the 3 runs was earned. Two outs for Emma Clark. Scorched a line drive that rolled all the way to the wall in left center and drove in the first run of the game last inning.
Well, that was a great at-bat by Emma Clark as she started out 0-2. Briski got well ahead of her, but she worked her way back into an even 2-2 count until she got a pitch she could hammer.
Just underneath that pitch.
I'm sure that's why Lance McMahon came out to talk a little bit, make sure that Briski and Giles understand how they want to go after Clark. Again, with the runner on base.
Clark's driven in 2 of Tennessee's 5 runs in the series. They were shut out in game 1, a 12-0 run rule victory for Alabama in 5 innings. And then last night, Tennessee responding with a 2-0 win and trying to take the series. Alabama has not lost an SEC series this year. 1-2 into right field. Clark had to wait on it, but it's another base hit, and Tennessee has 1st and 3rd.
Now, Emma Clark is just seeing the ball moving up from the 5th and 6th hole into the 2 hole tonight. And this is a changeup. She just lets this travel, identifies it, stays in her legs, and just gets that barrel out. This is how you hit a changeup. Even though your lower body is fooled, you get that barrel to the ball, pop it the other way. Tennessee in business here. 1st and 3rd situation with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Taylon Holly at the plate. 3 hits in the series for the freshman from Murrieta, California. .310 average in her true freshman season.
Holly's been outstanding in this series. You can tell, stepping up. We actually met her earlier today at the hotel. Her parents were staying, and she came up, introduced herself, and you could just see how excited she was for tonight's. How about just going down and getting a pitch? Again, another changeup, letting it go deep, and she's hitting it the opposite way. Exactly what Clark did. Back-to-back hits on changeups going the opposite way. That means you're letting it travel. You're seeing the pitch, identifying it. A big RBI, a 4th run on the board for Tennessee.
76 miles per hour off the bat of Taylon Holly. Tell you what, you said Mom and Dad were here. They were also in Clearwater, so the frequent flyer miles are hitting good right now for the Hollies. Gabby Leach in a 1-1 count. 0 for 1 with a walk. Fooled by that pitch, did not want it. Couldn't hold up. Now wants to chat with second-year hitting coach Craig Snyder.
Well, and you have to wonder if Tennessee has picked Briski's changeup after back-to-back hits on the changeup going the opposite way. That's when you start to talk a little bit, and so then you throw rise ball up and you get that sword swing. It makes you think, okay, well, Briski's aware that maybe it's picked, and now I'm going to try to play a little gamesmanship back and forth.
Leach, oh, what a play at third. Ambry Taylor with a Grawl legend to another, Monica Abbott. It was her record that was broken by Karlyn Pickens, 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year, and showing tonight the elite level that she can be at when it matters most.
She's come in with a little different energy in tonight's game, especially after game 1. We mentioned it. It was her senior day, and there's tears, there's all this emotion, and then she's got to go out and pitch against Alabama. She did get roughed up early.
Slow roller right back to Pickens. Low throw. That is an excellent grab by Clark over at first.
Down, and she says, hey, I can throw that rise ball as well. 6 strikeouts for Karlyn Pickens.
3 1/3 so far. There's another swing and miss. This time it's Marley Giles, who is 0 for 2 after 2 for 5 start to the series with a couple walks in the first 2 games. Can't catch up to that one either, 0-2.
Just hammering the zone. Game 1, she had 4 free passes, 4 walks, a couple of hit batters.
Another one. 3 pitches for Pickens to sit down Giles. She is on it.
The pitches are just explosive tonight. The drop falling off the table. How about this one, the rise ball? Look at the movement on this pitch. It's at the belt, and then it just explodes upwards, and Giles unable to catch up to that, and she's just hammering the zone.
It was the 13th swing and miss.
And a changeup at 67 miles an hour that hits the corner. A little bit of a look like, oh, I thought that was a strike. I thought it was too.
Was your look that calm?
Might have been a little more glaring. She had a smile. I don't think I would be smiling.
Vandegrift 0 for 2 tonight. 2-0 count, fouled back. Audrey Vandegrift had that incredible freshman season, top 3 finalists for National Freshman of the Year, second team All-American, hit almost 400, stole 50 bases. She's been fighting through it a little bit this year, still having a good season. Just the expectations were set so high for her.
So high, moved down into the 6th hole. But Patrick Murphy says that's the one spot of the lineup that leads off just as much as the leadoff. So Texas A&M next weekend.
Some big matchups down the stretch. New pitcher in the game for Alabama, Caitlin Palazzi, a freshman from Wixom, Michigan. Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year last year. Just her 6th appearance in SEC play, but was really good her last time out against Kentucky. She gave up 3 hits in 4 2/3, replacing Jocelyn Briski.
Got good movement. She throws a nice rise ball at the top of the zone about 42% of the time, a drop ball as well, about 23% of the time. So she also likes to move the ball up and down. Screwball as well, so she'll throw that to the arm side of the plate into righties.
Plenty of experience as a reliever, 26 innings pitched as a reliever. Ground ball right on the line that hopped over the bag, and a nice throw from third. Ambry Taylor's made a few nice plays over there.
Yeah, that's a good job by Ambry Taylor to keep a focus on this ball and get it. It looks like it does hop over the bag. A long throw back across the infield. Nice stretch by Brooke Wells over at first. And check that. That's actually Dukeshire who's over at first.
Just entered this game, and there's a hit by pitch for Alana Leach. Up and in there from Palazzi. Pinch runner for Tennessee going to be Zoe Schuler, sophomore from North Carolina. 11 state championships for Zoe Schuler in track and field in high school. It's a pretty solid pinch runner. Sophia Knight, plenty of speed at the plate for the Lady Vols. Up and in tonight, 2-0. Part of Tennessee's 26-0 start was the bats were really good early on. They scored 6 or more runs in 8 of their first 10 games. On top of the best pitching staff in the nation, there's young Tennessee bats got it going quickly. I feel like with a young team, it only takes a little bit of confidence too, and you've seen the energy that Tennessee has played with tonight, which easy to do in front of a stadium filled with your fans.
Absolutely, it gives you that extra bit of mojo when you're in the box. Yeah, this is a Tennessee team that knows they've got a good defense, they've got good pitching in the circle, and sometimes as an offense, you just have to figure out what is your identity. It's not the long ball. They do have 61 home runs, but it's a lot of station to station. It's a decent amount of speed. They have 54 stolen bases on the year. Their on-base percentage is over 400, so it is also the ability to take the walk. But I like to say gap-to-gap power. They have 76 doubles on the year coming into today's game. A couple of double today by Emma Clark.
That doubles number 5th best in the SEC. That is really where their power comes from as they get the speedster Knight going to first. Maddie Rutan is 0 for 1 tonight. She was pinch hit for the last time at the plate. That has come along more as the season has gone on for Rutan. Transfer from Eastern Kentucky, the ASUN pitcher and freshman of the year 2 years ago. I've not seen her a lot in the circle, though, for Tennessee. That is going to get out of play.
It's a little bit difficult to break into the circle with this pitching staff.
Well, it's been somewhat strategic from Karen Weekly. She's talked about that even in some spots where you maybe think, okay, you can give one of your younger arms a moment. She's wanted to expose her top 3 arms to all kinds of different situations in relief and starting. 4-0 Tennessee, last chance for the Crimson Tide on the road to take the series.
In the game is back, and we're seeing it tonight in Karlyn Pickens.
Last 3 appearances, 5 innings and a third, 5 earned runs. Tonight, 4 innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and no earned runs. 3 outs away from the first team in SEC play to win a series against Alabama. Crimson Tide have series wins over Arkansas. They have series wins over Texas. Sweeps.
That Pickens gives to the hitter, and Hubbard just catching that ball with her bat, sending it out of the yard.
3rd home run of the season for Hubbard. Just 1 hit in her last 10 at-bats. And now the next runner also going to reach, and Ambry Taylor. So a quick calming moment here for Karen Weekly and the pitching coach Megan Rhodes-Smith. Sage Margetko is staying loose just in case. Lights out yesterday, took a no-hitter through 6 1/3. Karlyn Pickens can reset in front of a packed house in Knoxville. Alabama not going quietly. This is coming from the bottom of their order. Hubbard pinch hitting in the 6th spot. Taylor hit by the pitch. And now the 8-hole Salyn Hawkins. That gets away from Karlyn. And the runner moves into scoring position.
Not sure what's going on with Pickens. I don't know if that ball slipped out of her hand or if she's starting to struggle. That was the 9th home run of the year that she has given up, hits a batter, and now airmails one over Morrison. Let's see if we can see. She hits her. Yeah, that just looks like.
Tennessee is challenging with the runner at first.
It just looks like she is off.
The call on the field is that she did not leave early. This play is under review.
On the timing, and now they're going to challenge it as well.
They're reviewing if the runner left early from first base on advancing on that wild pitch by Pickens.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner did not leave early. Tennessee loses 1 challenge and they have 1 remaining.
It's kind of one of those two. Why not? You got 2 challenges. Yeah. 3-run game.
Well, it takes a little momentum away from Alabama after the home run, the hit batter, then the wild pitch. Kind of settles things down, gives Pickens an opportunity to take a breath.
2-0. Salyn Hawkins, a .325 average entering tonight's game, takes strike 1. Swing and a miss.
Drop on the outer half, comes back with a drop on the inner half, gets a swing and miss.
What do you like here?
I think she needs to use her rise ball. I think they're probably going to go back downstairs, though.
Hawkins fights it off.
I think the pitch right now that Pickens needs to really kind of dial in since her injury is her rise ball, and her drop balls had really good movement down, but I think getting that rise ball a little bit tighter, a little bit more succinct, not too fat, not too sweet over the zone is going to be important for her.
Inside, got Hawkins.
Now that's just a great pitch. Good location, nasty movement on it. Look at the way it's going to cut back underneath the hands of Hawkins. Another sword-type swing, and that's what happens when you have all that velocity. Energy out of Pickens on that strikeout.
Strike one to Kristen White. One away and a runner on second base. Top of the order looms. White went around. Strike two. Four and a third for Karlyn Pickens, and looking for strikeout number 10. Up and in, got her. 10 strikeouts for Karlyn Pickens.
Going upstairs with that rise ball. Pickens just settling back in on this inning after giving up the leadoff home run, a hit batter. Follows that up by a couple of strikeouts.
First time with 10 strikeouts in a relief outing this year. Tennessee got blown out in game one of this series, 12-0, run ruled in 5. This pitching staff that is widely regarded as the best in the nation was tamed. And then back-to-back games. Sage Margetko, a complete game one hit shutout last night. Neuer and Pickens tonight, showing why they might be the best in the country. Change up, strike one. Outside, this is the Alabama leadoff, Alexis Papillo, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
These are the big bats. Papillo followed by Brooke Wells. 15 and 20 home runs respectively, choked way up.
Swings through it. Alabama down to their final strike.
Averaging over 2 strikeouts an inning. Karlyn Pickens back in that dominating form that we're so used to seeing after being that SEC Pitcher of the Year the last 2 years.